I'm Darnell Dickson, and this is your Daily Herald Sports Update. The Golden State Warriors were unbeatable at home in the playoffs, or so their fans thought until Sunday night. The Utah Jazz dominated in the fourth quarter of Game 4 and beat the Warriors 115-101. Derek Fisher scored 14 of his 21 points in the final 8 minutes, and the Jazz now have a 3-1 lead in the series. Utah and Golden State play Game 5 Tuesday night at Energy Solutions Arena, and with a win, the Jazz would advance to its first Western Conference Final since 1998. The BYU track teams continued their domination of the Mountain West Conference this weekend. Both the men's and women's squads won conference outdoor titles in San Diego. Next up is the West Regionals in Eugene, Oregon on May 25th, and the NCAA Championships beginning June 9th in Sacramento. The BYU baseball team took 2 of 3 games at San Diego State over the weekend, including 2 wins in 13 innings. The Cougars are in second place in the Mountain West Conference, heading into the season's final series at home this weekend against Utah. The BYU softball team will host an NCAA regional for the second year in a row. The Cougars will play host to 7th-ranked Arizona State, Cal Poly, and Southern Utah beginning Thursday at Gail Miller Field. And if your son or daughter, or your neighbor's son or daughter, or your niece or nephew, or your granddaughter or grandson plays high school sports, there's a chance you can get to a state tournament game this weekend. In 5A baseball, Spanish Fork and Timpanogos host first-round games after tying with American Fork for the Region 4 title. Spanish Fork won the 2006 state title. 5 teams made the Class 4A tournament from Region 4, with league champion Springville, Lehigh, and Provo hosting games. Defending 5A state champion in softball, Spanish Fork takes on Clearfield to open this year's tournament. Pleasant Grove, which finished second in Region 4, also gets a home game. Springville went undefeated in Region 7 this season and is one of the favorites in the Class 4A softball tournament. The Red Devils open with West High. And in 5A boys soccer, Lone Peak and Mountain View are among the elite teams in this year's tournament. Lone Peak hosts Bingham, and Mountain View gets a first-round home match with Clearfield. The 4A Stalker tournament begins on Wednesday. Look for full coverage of all the state tournaments in this week's Daily Herald. I'm Darnell Dickson, and this has been your Daily Herald Sports Update.